All right, Shalom. This is the brother Shaquat Gabar from the Great Millstone, South Carolina camp, coming at you once again with another lesson. Before I get into my lesson, I want to start off giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders out of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. And salutation to the fellow laborers out there pushing His word in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Shalom. This message is to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. And to the Israelites foreigners that may look like a heathen, that's scattered amongst the heathen nations. But if your bloodline go back to Negro, Latino, and Native American descent, you are considered an Israelite according to the Bible, in the spirit, in the flesh, by the seed of your father. So I'm just going to do a quick lesson on going into, Donald Trump make a statement over the past couple of days saying that the prophets are doomed. But they label it as, he's talking about, different parts of governments that's coming up against America. But in all actuality, man, through the spirit, man, we know that Donald Trump is talking about the men of Israel, the ones that's out there pushing the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, mainly the men of Great Millstone, because that's what we all about, prophecy. And that's what's all been taking place, man. Ever since this word was pushing out and the downfall of America is taking place. Because that's prophecy, man. And that is prophecy of doom, because that's America's destination, doom. And it's in the scriptures, And what's going to bring the doom of America? Those thermonuclear missiles and this up-and-coming World War III that we about to enter into. And all of this, the will of the Lord, who the world calls God, which His name is Yahweh, and who the world calls Jesus Christ, which His name is Yahweh Shah. So-called black men, the Father and the Son. And they only dealing with the nation of Israel. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But America, which is Babylon the Great in the Bible, is going to be destroyed by missiles and by the way of the chariots, what the world call UFOs, which the chariots are angels. And that's the way Yahweh Shah is going to return to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, and also to bring judgment during the time of World War III, man, to fight against these nations military. So it is the prophets all speaking about doom, destruction, because that's what's coming. And these Edomites, which are these so-called white people, they know that, man. The scriptures say that they have a short time left. That's why they're trying to prosecute false accusing, slander, demonization of the prophets. Trying to label us as a hate group, radicals. But all actuality, they know their time is up. And they're trying to do anything to hinder the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. But this is the will of the Lord. You can't stop the prophecies, man. It already been written ever since the times are old. But these devils gonna try to do anything to keep their kingdom afloat, man. To keep it going. But already predestinated that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is gonna bring this kingdom down through violence. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the scriptures, man. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 2. And it says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And that's the banner represent the Holy Scriptures, the Bible. And we is lifting it up, man, on the highways and byways and pushing it on the internet. Putting up the videos, man, and coming out with the scriptures and then I'll matching it up with current events that's taking place. That's biblical prophecy. To the point, man, that, that is getting to the gates of the nobles, representing these elites and different American governments different governments around the world, man, especially here in America, because this is where the truth is mainly gonna come out at here in America. This is where the truth started, man. But it's worldwide now. And now you got different camps, different men, prophets, raising up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, going out and proclaiming the words, man, prophesying. And prophesying the same thing. The destruction of America, the downfall of you heathens, you know, judgment that's going to come on 2/3 of our people, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, for not coming back and serving Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, your power. So this word is being pushed, man. Now these devils are getting upset. They're getting scared because they see their kingdom going down, man. The same ones that they had in captivity, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, for years, how they stole our identity, label us as nobodies, you know, slaughter us for years. Now here in the last days, the Lord has remembered us and raising up the prophets, starting off with the prophets, raising up the nation of Israel, and having the prophets out there pushing the downfall, you know, which we are their enemies, man. And they're afraid of that, man. You see the nobodies raise up and proclaim that we are the Lord's chosen people. Because once Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah bring this kingdom down, starting off with your elites, which Esau, Edomites, you are the end of the world, meaning this the end of your rulership. And Jacob, which represent the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Israel, our rulership is soon to come when Yahweh Shah establish it on the earth, you know. But he's got to bring your kingdom down to set up the kingdom of Israel, because only one rulership can rule at one time, man. And we got next, man, and they're afraid of that. And it says, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3, and I had commanded my sanctified ones, and I had also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. Going into how the Lord is setting up World War III. Because the Lord controls everything. He directs everything, man. And the Lord is going to be the reason why these nations is going to bump heads and fight in World War III for the purpose of the Lord destroying America and bringing down you Edomites' kingdom by the way of those missiles. And it says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So that's what's coming, man. Those thermonuclear missiles to destroy the whole land. What land? The America. Babylon the Great. And it says, how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is about to bring the destruction. And that's what these devils are afraid of, man. You know, and Trump labeled us as the prophets of doom. Like I said, even talking about, you know, other governments that's coming up against him. With all actuality, man, we are the prophets of doom. And when you read through the line, man, we have the spiritual understanding that he's talking about us, man. Because he was talking about the apocalypse, you know, things going haywire, you know. But that's what we push, man, because that's the job of a prophet, as the scripture says, man. Because a true man of the Lord is going to speak against the wickedness and bring out the things that's in the scriptures. Because Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is against wickedness. And that's why the main reason the Lord is going to bring that indignation, which the word indignation means righteous anger, righteous judgment. That's what coming to America and upon the wicked of the heathens and upon the wicked of the 2/3 of our people. So that's what we out there prophesying, man. Now, if you're not prophesying, talking about love, you know, prosperity, things going to get better. We're going to be here for another 10, 20 years or forever, thinking that America going to keep going on in this wickedness. No, man, the Lord going to destroy this place and set up his righteous kingdom with the nation of Israel. That's what it's about to come to. So you got these false prophets out there saying that everything's going to be good. You know, that's not so, because that's not what's in the scriptures. But this is what a prophet, a true man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a true man of the Lord, is going to prophesy about right here. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So that was taking place, man. And we seeing that, man. That what the Lord got stated in the scriptures, man. So that's what we're supposed to be prophesying about. And that's what's coming, man. We seeing the intentions of World War III. Ever since, you know, the year 2020, which our apostles called this year the year of prophecy, man. Ever since January the 1st, man. And we ain't even in a full month, man. We just at the end of January and things is already popping off, man. The intentions of World War III, with this whole thing about Trump doing airstrikes and killing the Iranian general. You know? This whole thing about the, you know, these pestilence coming to the time with this whole thing about the coronavirus. That's over there. It's an outbreak over there in China and different other cases amongst America and other different parts of China and Australia and other countries, man. All this is the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ain't no coincidence that these things are happening. Because the Lord is going to allow these things to happen. Because they're a prophecy. You know? And it says, and against great kingdoms of war and evil and of pestilence. And the word evil means bad times. And that's what you got, man. Bad times, man. Just had the death of the famous NBA legend, Kobe Bryant. And there's going to be many more casualties, man. Many more judgment from these celebrities all the way down to the average so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Many more casualties of these heathen nations. You know? Because that's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's what we prophesying about. Because that's a prophet job, man, to speak against the wickedness of great kingdoms. And America is a great kingdom. And it's great in wickedness. Because over here in America, man, you can do whatever you want, man. You can serve any God you want, any idol. Follow any religion, any custom. Follow homosexuality, pedophilia, bestiality, witchcraft. All that taking place here in America and throughout the earth, but mainly America. Though the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. And these celebrities, they all into witchcraft, man. These celebrities and these top positions of these governments, man. Because America is run off of witchcraft, man. Let's find that real quick. But these people think this place gonna keep going on, man. Thinking that the Lord is gonna turn a blind eye to all the wickedness that's going on. Think the Lord ain't upset, you know? They got the Lord mistaken, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to bring great judgment to this place, man. And that's what we out there prophesying about. And these elites know. They know the men of the Lord. You know? They know, even though they trying to, you know, come against the scriptures, but they know they true, man. You know, like our apostles always say, man, for order for you to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. So they know what time it is, man. They know their time is up and their time is short. That's why they coming down against the men of the Lord, against the word, pushing their agenda. You know, when it comes to these pestilence and different things that's taking place, man, these proxy wars, the elites set it up, man. They doing these things on the left-hand side. They the one doing it, man. But guess what? All of it is the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because the Most High control both sides, man. The evil and the good. He the one set up these Edomites to do all this wickedness. So he can be justified by righteousness to bring them down. And give glory to his name. Okay? Get this real quick. This is the book of Revelation. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this real quick. Since I say that the Most High the one controls everything. I'm gonna get that book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. But let me get this real quick, since I say that. Perfect scripture to go with it. This is This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. And it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So the Lord is revealing the son of perdition. The word perdition means destruction. Who's the one that causing the chaos and destruction on the earth? All the confusion on the earth. You so-called white people, man. Mainly you elites, man. Not the average so-called white person, that don't know nothing, But the ones that call themselves the Illuminati, the light bearers of this world, because that's what the word Illuminati means. Light bearers. And they control, the Lord gave the power into their hand to do all this wickedness, man. Because they are the wicked. And the Lord says it's a false balance. A false balance is abomination to him. So the Lord has the so-called white man right along with these other nations, but mainly the so-called white man, to play the role of the wicked. In Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we play the role of the righteous. All the Lord gave the law, statutes, commandments to us. But through our rebellious, now we on the bottom. But the Lord's about to switch it all up, man. Because wickedness is about to be ceased out of the earth. And righteousness about to flourish, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And righteousness going to flourish when the Lord Yahushua return and set up the kingdom of Israel here on the earth, starting with the elect being the foundation. And you wicked, or you heathens, starting off with Esau, going down, man, and going into captivity under us. That's your destiny after the destruction of America. Continue on. And it says, who oppose and exalt himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as a power, sit in the temple of the Most High and show himself that he is the Most High. And that's what these elites want to do. The Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, these, central bankers, these rich, super rich, that control the world, man, of you Edomites. You want to play the role as the Most High. You want to control everything, man. The ration of the food, causing pestilence, causing chaos, but trying to bring order. Want to implement the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, so you can label everybody as your perpetual slave. You trying to be at the Most High, man. You set yourself up as the image of the Lord. When that image is a false image that go back to Cesare Borgia during the 14th century, when you came back into power during the time of the Renaissance, when you took over and deceived the nations and claimed that you the Lord chosen people. You got the land of Israel, your possession, claiming that you the Jews, claiming that you the Israelites. So you got a lot to pay for, man, for all the wickedness and the deceivingness that you've been doing, man. That's what we prophesying about. And that's the doom that's going to come, your judgment. And you devils are afraid. Continue on. And it says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know with withholding, that he may be revealed in his time. And you being revealed in this time, man. This is the time you being revealed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. The prophets is out there, and through the spirit of the Lord is revealing that you are not a God chosen people, that you are wicked, that the Bible speak of. All the wickedness that you done been doing for years and trying to cover it up and play like you innocent. But now you being revealed for all the lies. Now we waking up finding out we are not blacks, Latinos, or Native Americans. Those false identities that you labor upon us. But coming back now knowing that who we are, that we are the Israelites. And revealing that you are the Edomites. That you're not white. Because the word white means pure, innocent. And you're not white. And the color of your skin is red. So now you're being revealed. And that's what making these devils afraid. That's how, Apostle Tar always say, man, you want to get Esau afraid, you don't need no guns. You ain't got to come up against him physically, carnally, but spiritually. Truth. And that what make these devils afraid, man, the truth. And it says that, it said, for the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And that's the point I want to get, man. The Lord allowing these Edomites with these elites to do their thing, man. But they figure they doing it on their own, or they put Satan as their God, But the Most High controls everything, man. He set up Satan to deceive you Edomites, man. To deceive you elites. And think that what you're doing is on your own power. But when the Lord draw back Satan, and show you that he's against you and bring your kingdom down, then you're going to know, man. Then you're going to know that you don't have the power. But the Lord allowed you to do these things just so he can be justified to be destroying you, to bring your kingdom down, man. And the Lord, like I said, the Lord set you Edomites up anyway, and you heathens to punish us, man. Because in all actuality, we supposed to be over you. The Lord set up the nation of Israel to be above all nations. But the only reason why we're on the bottom, because the Lord allowed that to happen due to our rebellions of breaking the law, statutes, commandments. But the Lord said he was going to have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel. And he done that when he set up his son, Yahushua, to come and die and be risen up, man, for the nation of Israel. And he's going to redeem the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect, and set up everything back in his righteous order, meaning that we're going to be back on top, man. You devils and you heathens going to go right back on the bottom, man, where you belong. And that's what time we coming into. So now I'm going to get that revelation. And that's why these devils are afraid, man. That's why they father want to keep pushing their agenda. All the things that they doing, man, the Lord allowing it so he can disappoint them, man. When you think you're about to set up your new world order, have everybody chip, cause mass casualties, through your martial law, through you bringing these proxy wars, these famines, these pestilence that you control, the Lord gonna allow you to do that, man, because the Lord got an agenda to get rid of the wicked, and he's gonna use the wicked, you Edomites, to get rid of the wicked of the earth, man, the wicked ones of our people, the 2/3, and these heathens, man, which consider the wicked too. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. And it said, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, knowing, having a short time, and he said, having great wrath, because he know that he have but a short time. And so that's what these devils are afraid of, man. They know their time is up, man. They know their time is up. And the Lord say, he gonna allow them to do their thing, man. But at the end of it, man, there's gonna be a period when the Lord said that they're not gonna be able to go past their bounds, man. And then when Yahweh Shai is going to step in, you know, because the Lord said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. So soon you're going to make your move on the men of the Lord, the prophets and the believers. Then when Yahweh Shai really going to come back, man. You know, during that time, Lord, the Lord going to deliver his elect, or he's going to protect his men, having the angels be a guard unto his men. Some of his men, most of his men, going to get spiritual power so we can defend ourselves. And I'm praying I'm part of that number, man. You know, because we're looking for the great things that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that he's going to store upon us, man. That's why we serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And we got faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that he's going to protect us from you Edomites, man. From the judgment that's about to come. Because like I said, the Lord set up everything. You know, and the only thing what you can do to us, if the Lord allowed us to be taken by you, man. That's why Yahweh Shah said, fear not that can kill the body, but fear him that can kill both body and spirit. For the Lord controls everything, man. Okay, let me get this real quick. This is Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So the Lord already got it set up, man. There's a certain time when the Lord set you up in rulership, through all these years, make you do your wickedness by punishing us, you know, causing chaos on the earth, all type of wickedness and destruction. But it's a bound that you ain't going to be able to pass, man. The Lord going to allow you to chip majority of the people. Why he going to allow you to chip majority of the people? So he can bring judgment on those that take that chip, man. Especially you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because we're not supposed to take the chip. That's what we warning you Israelites out there. Don't take the mark of the beast. Because if you get that chip, man, you're going to be destroyed by the missiles and by Yahweh Shai when he returned with those chariots. But the Lord going to allow that chip to be implemented so he can mark those for death, man. And right after that, man, in the midst of all that, man, the Lord going to bring those missiles. And before the missiles, Yahweh Shai going to come, bring judgment, deliver the elect. Then those missiles going to totally destroy America and the land of Israel and different other parts of the earth. But America's going to get it the worst, man. And the land of Israel going to get it because that's our land. And the Lord going to destroy that land just for us to rebuild our land up back in righteousness. But America is going to be totally destroyed and ain't going to never be inhabited again by mankind. But by just only desert creatures, you know, and the fowls or the birds of the desert, man. As written in Revelation chapter 18. So I'm going to go ahead and get another scripture. This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not of this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So you know your time is being shortened, man. You know, in the eyes of the Lord, man, you wasn't even ruling that long, man. You know, this ain't just nothing but a moment for you devils to be ruling. And look at the short span of time that you done got technology and ruling ever since for what, 400, 500 years? You know, you've been bringing up but destruction in the past 60, 70 years, man. Ever since the Industrial Revolution came, the advance of your technology, you know, ever since then, man, this earth been in corruption, man. Under the hands of you devils, man. Because Job 9:24 say that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And you got your hand all over the earth, man. Destroying it, man. But the Lord said that is not but for a moment. The Lord's about to take you out. And I'm going to jump down to Job chapter 20, verse 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. That's what talking about when you at the peak of your kingdom, man. You know, when in the peak of your kingdom gonna come, we implement this RFID chip, man. When all hell breaking loose, man. And you implement this RFID chip and have people to come take it, you know, only that's going to just lead it on to being destroyed, man. Because I say, man, those that take the mark of the beast, mainly you Israelites, that take the mark of the beast and depend on this Edomite beast system, you're going to be destroyed by the missiles and by the hands of Yahweh Shah, by the fire for them chariots. That's written in Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. You know, so soon you think you about to fulfill your new world order, man, the Lord going to come crashing it down upon you, man. And then what we waiting for, man? The hopeful elect, man. Okay? So yes, the Lord is about to bring doom, you know. Let me get this scripture. As soon as you think you got everything in your possession, man, the Lord gonna take you out of power, man. Okay, let me I'm gonna get this real quick. This is Isaiah 66, verse 15. And it says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So that was about to take place, man. The great judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And the Lord said that the slain, the casualties, is going to be many, man. Many. Men, women, and children from all nations, except for the elect. The elect is going to be delivered from the judgment of the Heavenly Father. The 144,000 and 1/3 that consider the Israelites, the men, women, and children. The 144,000 represent the men, the prophets, the foundation, the leaders, and the women, and the children are going to be the 1/3, man. And the men, other men that the Lord going to destine to save. But 2/3 they're going to be destroyed, man. And the other heathen nations, the ones that's not going to be, where they're going to be some that don't be destroyed fully. Because all nations not going to be destroyed. Because you're going to have some of them, the Lord going to reserve, starting off with the elites. And the rest of these heathen nations that's not going to be touched by the destruction, by the hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They're going to be reserved, like I say, for slavery. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close it out on this scripture. So that's what we prophesying about, man. Doom. That was taking place, man. That's what's about to come. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasty greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. And those you're seeing, man. The voice of the Lord, meaning the prophets out here speaking. You know, speaking the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And majority of it is bad news, man. Well, mainly for you Edomites, man, and you heathens, and for 2/3. But the gospel, which good news, is for the elect, the ones that trust and believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But for the rest of the people, man, the ones that's outside of it, end up with bad news. Because that wasn't up with, because ain't up with judgment coming for those that the Lord is not with, man, and against. And it says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wastedness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. So that's sound like the day of doom, man. You know, prophets of doom, that's what we speaking, man. And that's what the devil's afraid of. And it says, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fierce cities and against the high towers. I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. It's showing you they're going to be mass death, man. You know, like the Lord said, it's going to be, their blood going to be like dust, man. And one thing about dust, man, you blow dust, man, they go, if it's a big amount of dust, man, they go all over the place, man. You know? So that's how much bloodshed is going to be, man. And this is out of the scriptures. So that sounds like doom, man. But it's prophecy, man. Because the Lord got to judge the wicked, man. And the Lord is bound by this word, man. You know, the Lord ain't going to go back on his word, man. Every word that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua got to state in the scriptures, the prophecy is going to be fulfilled. And the majority of it is talking about destruction, man. The destruction of America, you Edomites, and 2/3 of you wicked Israelites, and the rest of you heathens that the Lord got on his judgment list, man. You know, so we is speaking about doom. That's our job, because that's what's in the scriptures, man. You know, but we also speaking about salvation to the elect of nation of Israel, that the Lord is going to save out of the doom, out of the judgment. You know, that's what our whole concern about, man. Praying that we be part of the elect, and praying that we be part of the elect, and going out there pushing his word to gather in the rest of the elect, and warn the 2/3, man. Because 2/3, they're not going to get it, but they at least got to be warned. So it won't be no excuse that they didn't know, you know. And to get a judgment of you heathens, starting with you Edomites, that the Lord is about to bring. That's the job of the prophets, man. So I hope and praying that this lesson be edifying to the ones that out there listening. And until next time, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that taught us, and they're laboring and still pushing his word. And salutation to the fellow laborers as well in the ministry, pushing the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that hope for elect. Till the next time, Shalom.